same-day weigh-in for Golovkin versus Jacobs is over. The IBF has this rule where in these championship fights, it might be period, actually, if you have IBF consideration, you need to weigh in the same day of the fight that morning, and you can't be over 10 pounds heavier than whatever the weight limit is, or at least the contracted weight limit if you're doing a Canelo weight type of thing, and or a Broner weight. So Gennady Golovkin stepped on the scale at 169 pounds, 169.6 pounds to be exact, and so that puts him where he needs to be, less than 10 pounds over the 160 pound limit. Daniel Jacobs' weight, well, Jacobs decided he just didn't want to show up, so he didn't, which tells us everything we need to know. He's going to be very heavy for tonight's fight. I wouldn't be surprised if he was 180 pounds. And Faraz over there at Strictly Boxing News, he made a good point when he talked about consistency. Only a week ago, David Lemieux, the taller guy with the longer reach, just as Jacobs is, he didn't show up for the IBF same-day weigh-in, and he was big on fight night, and he landed a shot that, whether or not it wins knockout of the year over, he landed the shot against Curtis Stevens that rendered him unconscious for a couple of minutes. So could the same thing happen here? I think it's a mistake. I thought when they brought Chris Algieri in for nutrition that he was going to get Jacobs in the best possible shape, meaning on the low side, and then use his speed, use his movement to try to win that way. But by going this way, and I mentioned this in another video, I guess they feel he can use the advantage. It can help him absorb the blows better, and if they're on the inside, he can kind of lean his extra weight on Golovkin. I just don't, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. So he's, you know, boxing has no rules, but he's supposedly not eligible for the IBF title. And listen, let's say Jacobs wins tonight, then it puts boxing where we don't always like it. The IBF will become vacant, and then two guys will fight for that, and then they'll hold on to the title, whoever wins that, and won't want to face and try to become undisputed. So we'll see, but good points by Faraz. And so the same people who came out and criticized David Lemieux, I mean, what are you going to say about Jacobs in this case? It's borderline. I mean, it's weight bullying. To be honest, let's say Jacobs loses tonight, I think he's done at 160 pounds. I mean, the guy looks like a natural super middleweight anyway, and he'll have to come down and make that. But you have an 8-pound cushion there, so we'll see how it plays tonight. Their strategy is he's going to be big, and Jacobs has power. It may slow him down just enough not to be able to land what he wants to land, but you don't know. You look at the David Lemieux example given, and you get more force behind. At least that's the way, in theory. Hypothetical thinking. More weight, more power behind it. That thinking also can be flawed when you look at guys who move up. When they move up, they don't carry that punch. In this case, I don't think it's really a guy moving up. I think it's a guy that probably belongs at 168 who is fighting at 160 and has been. So we'll see. Let me know what you think. I'm cruising the streets. I'm actually in Hartsdale, New York, at a cemetery, Ferncliff Cemetery. A lot of well-known folks put to rest here. So a lot of times when I come to New York, I come by just to pay a respect or two. And on my way to Harlem World, I'm going to make a stop at IHOP, put a little gas in the tank so I can become a weight bully tonight, and head over to Harlem World and then shoot to Midtown Manhattan and get ready for this show tonight. Y'all make sure y'all get this pay-per-view. I mean, it's income tax season. Treat yourself. Treat these guys. I want to see it do good numbers. And unfortunately, with the Android cable boxes and the Fire Sticks and the Facebook streaming, who knows? But anyway, what do you think about Jacobs skipping the weigh-in, the IBF same-day weigh-in, and do you think it's going to play in his favor, that strategy of being big guy tonight, or do you think he should have worked more on keeping the weight low and keeping that speed and that movement, making it a bit more easy? All right. Catch you on the next one.